It doesn't seem very fun. If I had millions and millions and millions of dollars, you'd never see me again. I would go to a beach and you'd never see my nope, you'd never hear a word from me again. I would just go and eat ice cream, be on the beach, be in the water, relax, get lots of massages. I certainly wouldn't want to be in a poorly lit auditorium getting yelled at. Multi-millionaire. All right, sorry, that was an aside.
And you are able-bodied, you have to work. If you choose not to work, you do not get free health care. You do not get free health care. Okay. So here's a question.
Everybody
Do
booing
you
his
think
ass.
that people who are 28 years old that can work and refuse to work should get free health care?
Yeah, nigga.
I don't think that the majority of Nebraskans agree with you.
I don't think that trick is going to work anymore. I think most people understand that healthcare shouldn't be something that you are allowed to have just because you work or something that you have to pay into. It should be something that that is a right. That's how it works everywhere else, mostly everywhere else. It's a right, just like we have the right to clean
That was the whole
water.
point of paying the
We
taxes.
should have the right to food and housing. We don't, but we should. No one is asked to be born. So I think the bare minimum we can do is provide anything it takes for basic needs for someone to be alive. Maybe that's radical. I don't know. Is that radical? I don't know. Probably to Mike Flood. All right, so, and then we have this person. Let's let him explain.
A lot's been talked about.
Again, do these look like Democrats to you? Could be.
Medicaid, healthcare, etc. A lot of countries in the world, Europe, Canada, they have healthcare for the people there. Outside, just now you said you don't want to see a lazy 28-year-old get healthcare, whatever. My point is, every working and retired American should be entitled to healthcare. Would you?
Whether you working or not, they gotta
Would
give
you
you that shit.
sign on or write up a bill for Medicare for all? We've got Medicare now. We can start rolling back the age 5, 10 years at a time. Would you support that?
We can't afford that.
Yes, you
Nigga talking about something they can't afford it.
The Wagner difference is not some buzz phrase. It's a promise to deliver industry-leading paint sprayers backed by decades of experience. Fast, easy-to-use products.
That nigga said they can't afford it. That's some shit.
US-based
And y'all just took it and y'all just, took all this other money for some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you still can't afford shit.
I'm sorry. It's not just the fact that maybe it is the fact that he's fully the caricature of the evil CEO boss in a movie, firing everyone and making their lives
I done
miserable.
made enough for a
the guy
blunt.
that's like, either you pay this debt and midnight tonight, or I'm taking over the town. That's Mike Flood. We can't afford that. Give me a fucking break. Sorry. Give me an effing break. We can afford it. We're the richest country in the world.
That's another thing. We is the richest country in the world.
Medicaid as the safety net for those who cannot care for themselves, who are vulnerable, for those who are able-bodied and working. I will tell you this, and I cannot take any credit for it. President Trump is going to bring down prescription prices because the countries you mentioned have been paying way too little for way too long, and we've been subsidizing them. And if we as a country start,
What we doing?
for way too long, and we've been subsidizing them.
What they doing? What?
Way too long, and we've been subsidizing them. And if
Okay.
we as a country start, I want to pay the same price for the drugs that are in London as they are in Lincoln. And that has not happened for a long time. We've been subsidizing these foreign governments and their socialized health care.
I want the same healthcare they got in London as we have here. And then maybe the prescriptions aren't going to matter as much. What an idiot. All right, and then I'm not going to play this clip, but then this is how the Republicans are handling it. Here's Lisa McClain saying, as we know, the Democratic Party buses in a lot of people from the outside of this district. The Democratic Party buses people in. The Democratic Party has a lot of problems, and I can tell you right now, they're not organizing buses, okay? They're trying to get donations, okay? The Democratic Party is not doing that now. I just want to say, that was great. Thank you all for showing
Look,
up.
y'all,
If you
everybody
like
in
that hit
America
like on
need
this
health
video, so
care.
more people can see
It
it. If
don't
you're not
matter.
subscribed, please consider subscribing.
Everybody need health care. They need to cut all that. Everybody need it. It don't matter if you work or not. Look, y'all, everybody need health care. Everybody need health care.
Go back to our coverage. This morning, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu set to meet with the Security Cabinet to discuss next steps in Gaza. But before he does that, he sat down with Bill Hemmer, and Bill is live in Jerusalem, where he just finished that exclusive interview and can give us a little bit of a taste of what was discussed. Bill?
Dana, hello to you. Good morning back there in New York. We sat down for about 25 minutes and we covered the range of topics that have been the news and the headlines over the past almost 2 years, including allegations about starvation and genocide, and most importantly for this Israeli government and the Israeli military, what are they going to do next? Dana, they have reached a critical point in this war. They right now control 75% of the Gaza Strip. That's the 26-mile path there, okay? 25%, a quarter of Gaza has yet to be conquered. This is the critical decision that Benjamin Netanyahu is now weighing. In our interview just moments ago, he gave us a strong indication at the moment as to where he is leading. Watch here. After this interview, you will go immediately into a meeting with your security cabinet. Will Israel take control of all of Gaza?
We intend to, in order to assure our security, remove Hamas there, enable the population to be free of Gaza, and to pass it to civilian governance that is not Hamas and not anyone advocating the destruction of Israel. That's what we want to do. We want to liberate ourselves and liberate the people of Gaza from the awful terror of Hamas. And you were in the Gaza Strip today. You met Palestinians who are fighting Hamas, because finally they see that they have a future. They can rid themselves of this awful tyranny that not only holds our hostages, but holds 2 million Palestinians in Gaza hostage. That's got to
2 million,
Are you
goddamn.
saying today that you will take control of the entire 26-mile Gaza
I tell you
Strip,
full of shit, Tony.
as it was 20 years ago?
He's trying to be like Trump.
In 2005.
Well, we don't want to keep it. We want to have a security perimeter. We don't want to govern it. We don't want to be there as a governing body. We want to hand it over to Arab forces that will govern it properly without threatening us and giving Gazans a good life. That's not possible with Hamas. The only way that you're going to have a different future is to get rid of this neo-Nazi army. The Hamas are monsters. Look at what they're doing to our people. Look at what they're doing to the way they massacred, raped, beheaded our people, our men and women, burned our babies. And they are really cruel to their own people, because when we try to take them away from the combat zones, they shoot them. They want people to be civilian
Don't listen to
casualties. They
everything
want
he's saying.
a starvation policy that they themselves are trying to
This is
put
fine.
into being, and we're doing everything to reverse that.
So in summary, he did not deny it. In fact, I got the strong inclination that that's what he would like to do. The Israeli government, the rest of them, they may have a very different opinion, but we have reached a critical point here, that if you do this operation, if you go in to root out Gaza and certain parts of the Gaza Strip, that's an operation that may take 4 or 5 months. Keep in mind, the Israeli chief of army here in Jerusalem says the military is exhausted, and there are many people in this country who are sick and tired of war. How this goes down remains to be seen. 2 things he said: we intend to, and we don't want to keep it.
They've been there before.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian.
These amazing earbuds help me understand conversations in over 140 languages without learning a single word.
I didn't expect much when I first tried the Earbuds Translator, but man, was I wrong. I was about to get scammed. But with these in, I understood every word the person said in his native language. You speak normally, the other person talks back, and you instantly hear their words in English. It works with 140 languages and doesn't even need an internet connection. They were invented by a college student named Jake Morrison, who was studying abroad in Japan. Jake struggled with
Trump is having an awful Thursday morning. He is panic posting and saying that the CEO of Intel needs to be fired. I mean, just think about that for a second. You have an American president saying that the CEO of a company needs to lose their job. I don't know, sounds like central planning to me. I mean, here's what Donald Trump posts. The CEO of Intel is highly conflicted and must resign immediately. There is no other solution to this problem. Thank you for your attention to this matter. What matter that you want to fire the CEO of Intel because he's not giving you fake $500 billion gifts? Then Donald Trump says tariffs are flowing into the USA at levels not even thought possible. Well, because you don't actually discuss what a tariff really is, and that it is a tax on the American people passed on to the consumers, and inflation is rising. Donald Trump last night goes, it's midnight, he puts this all in caps. Billions of dollars in tariffs are now flowing into the United States of America. Yes, you said that already. And then before that, in all caps, reciprocal tariffs take effect at midnight tonight. Billions of dollars, largely from countries that have taken advantage of the United States for many years, laughing all the way, will start flowing into the USA. The only thing that can stop America's greatness would be a radical left court that wants to see our country fail. So you already see what he's doing there. He's setting up when the Federal Circuit Court of Appeals ultimately rules against him. We'll see what happens there. That his tariffs are illegal. He's going to go, they were a radical left court. You see, I was going to make everybody rich, but they screwed me over. And by the way, the only people who are laughing right now at us are foreign countries right now, based on Donald Trump's lies. They weren't laughing at us before. America used to be respected, and right now they're all laughing at Donald Trump because of his fake trade deals that are actually screwing over America. I mean, look, don't take my word for it. Look at Newsmax. Newsmax. Donald Trump propaganda. Here's what they post this morning. President Donald Trump began levying higher import taxes on dozens of countries Thursday, just as the economic fallout of his months-long tariff threats has begun to create visible damage for the U.S. economy. Newsmax. Visible damage for the U.S. economy. If that's not a 3-alert fire, I don't know what to tell you. But Donald Trump knows that. That's why he's sending these weird messages to his supporters like this.
Yeah, what's going on?
So you open it
Is
up.
this true? Yeah, that man got set up.
Who I can trust to advise my administration. There are a couple of things that I want to make sure we are on the same page about. Ben, this is a big one. Illegal aliens are collecting Social Security. Should I put this to an end? No, they're not, Donald. And do people really think that they are his key advisors when they get this email? Then Donald Trump goes, the dam is cracking. In other words, don't look at his cover-up of the Epstein files. He wants you to look at something about Russia in 2016. That's the big scandal. Not that he's covering up for Epstein and that he's moved Ghislaine Maxwell from a Tallahassee prison to a minimum security prison in Texas and waive the fact that she is a convicted sex trafficker and giving her all the benefits of the world. Donald Trump goes, the dam's cracking, the truth is pouring out. A new poll, he doesn't say which one, says 69% of Americans want the Russia hoax conspirators held accountable. I'm sure that's what Americans are thinking about. They wake up and they go, yeah, I'm not worried about the fact that groceries are not affordable or that I can't afford to buy a house or that there are wars raging across the world that Donald Trump Trump said he alone would fix in 24 hours. What people wake up thinking, according to Donald Trump, is, in 2016, when Donald Trump said, Russia, if you're listening, can you please hack into my opponent's emails? That Donald Trump didn't really say that, and there's all some massive hoax out there. That's what the American people are thinking about. But in a real serious note as well, Donald Trump is demonstrating how he intends to rig the midterms and the 2028 elections. Well, here's what he posted. He goes, I have instructed our Department of Commerce to immediately begin work on a new and highly accurate census based on modern day facts and figures, and importantly, using the results and informations gained from the presidential election of 2024. People who are in our country illegally will not be counted in the census. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And to be clear, Donald Trump considers anybody who doesn't support him pretty much here illegally. As our editor-in-chief, Ron Filipkowski, writes, the next part of the plan to steal the midterms and or the 2028 election, an attempt to do a mid-decade census to take seats and electoral votes away from blue states. I knew this was coming. And speaking of Donald Trump rigging the midterms, we're now learning that the FBI is indeed intending to arrest the Texas state legislators who are in Illinois right now. You'll recall MAGA Republican Senator of Texas, John Cornyn, requested that the FBI start arresting the Democratic Texas state legislators who are in Illinois. And now Cornyn is saying that the FBI has agreed to his request. But as we have grocery prices up, Russia's war still raging, credit card interest rates not capped at 10%, prescription drug prices remaining high, IVF not free, taxes still on Social Security, tips not 100% tax-free, and by the way, people are not getting the tips they wanted because our economy is struggling. Ask those Vegas workers. Overtime not 100% tax-free, Epstein files not released. Donald Trump's post about 30 minutes ago was 200 days, making America great again. Are you feeling great, everybody? Because I sure as heck am not feeling great. The Premier of Ontario, Doug Ford, was interviewed by CNN moments ago, and he said, can we be very clear here? Donald Trump is probably the most hated politician in the world in Canada. Here's Premier Doug Ford moments ago. Let's play it.
What's the general impression of Trump in Canada?
He's probably the most disliked politician in the world in Canada because he's attacked his closest family member, and that's the way we look on it. And when I talk to the governors and senators and Congress people, even Republicans totally disagree, but they're too scared to come out and say anything because the president will go after them. Outside of a few senators, and I want to thank them for coming out and standing with not just American people, but their closest friends and allies, which is Canada. And again, we love the Americans. It's unfortunate President Trump decided to go down this road.
You ever step outside and feel like you're instantly drenched in sweat? It's like no matter what you do, it doesn't stop. Now, I know with this heat, that's basically me every day. Now, if you've been struggling with the heat and humidity like I have great news. Mando has just launched something that takes sweat control to the next level. Introducing the Mando Deodorant Plus Sweat Control Solid Stick. It's double protection. Finally, you get the odor control that you love with Mando, plus powerful sweat control. And don't wait, grab yours right now at shopmando.com and experience the double protection of Mando Deodorant Plus Sweat Control. Now, what I love about Mando is that it actually works. One swipe and you're good to go. This isn't your typical deodorant. It's clinical strength, 2 times better at controlling sweat than the standard. It controls both sweat and odor for 72 hours. And after just 12 hours, underarm sweat was reduced by 92%. This stuff works. Also, it doesn't just mask odor, it prevents it. 100% of a study participants experienced all-day odor protection. And unlike other deodorants loaded with chemicals, Mando uses only premium ingredients like gentle mandelic acid to keep you fresh and dry. Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like the mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. Now, as a special offer for listeners, new customers get 20% off site-wide with our exclusive code. Use code MIDAS at shopmando.com for 20% off site-wide plus free shipping. shopmando.com. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Mando's got you covered with Deodorant Plus Sweat Control. Say goodbye to sweat stains and hello to long-lasting freshness.
And here, Premier Doug Ford. By the way, who once upon a time was supportive of Donald Trump a few years back. Not anymore. And he says Trump is just trying to make the American people suffer. Here's Premier Ford. Let's play this clip.
And we're lowering taxes. We're making sure we're competitive for companies to come and invest in Canada. Ontario alone last year attracted over $40 billion of investment, creating more jobs, more opportunities. I would much rather, work with our greatest ally and closest friend and increase jobs in both countries, and we can do that. We'd be the two strongest nations in the world economically. That's our goal, but unfortunately, President Trump doesn't want to go down that avenue. He wants to hurt the American people, and that's exactly what he's doing.
I have to mention as well this morning, you have Benjamin Netanyahu going on Fox and saying that, yes, Israel does intend to take control of Gaza. And Donald Trump's given Netanyahu a free pass right here, carte blanche authority, do whatever you do. We see the people starving in Gaza right now, which is absolutely an atrocious thing to see. But here's Netanyahu in his own words playing this clip.
You will go immediately into a meeting with your security cabinet. Will Israel take control of all of Gaza?
We intend to, in order to assure our security, remove Hamas there, enable the population to be free of Gaza, and to pass it to civilian governance. That is not Hamas and not anyone advocating the destruction of Israel. That's what we want to do. We want to liberate ourselves and liberate the people of Gaza from the awful terror of Hamas.
And I can't help reflect on the campaign where Donald Trump brought up on stage the Muslims for Trump, who said that, Donald Trump's going to end all wars. He's going to stop the war in Gaza in 24 hours. He's going to stop the war in Ukraine. But now Donald Trump says he was joking about that. He goes, I was just being sarcastic. LOL, JK. That's what I do as a president. I'm like a stand-up comedian when it comes to things. Ending the war in Gaza, I didn't really mean that. End the war in Ukraine, come on. Y'all know I was being sarcastic. But here's what went down at that speech, and you'll hear when Trump brings up the Muslims for Trump on stage, they said, we're supporting Trump because he's going to end those wars. Here, let's play this clip.
We are supporting Donald Trump because he promised to end war in the Middle East and Ukraine.
Sorry, folks. Looks like the Wi-Fi is down.
Oh, great. What am I going to do for the next 5 hours? Play the new puzzle game, Royal Kingdom. It's the perfect way to pass time on long flights. There's no Wi-Fi. The game's not going to work. Relax. Royal Kingdom doesn't need Wi-Fi. Does it? No. It should be cool. Yeah, it's a cool game. Well, I'm sure it is, but I will pass on all those annoying ads, thank you. Oh, you think it has ads? You're hilarious. Wait, it doesn't have ads? No. But I can't download it because there's no Wi-Fi. You know what? Until then, I'm going to let you watch me play. Aw, thank you. My brother would give emergency instructions. All right. Give me that. That's really rude. I know. Oh, wow. Do I have my phone? I just got you to a new level.
Great news, folks. The Wi-Fi is back online.
See? Look at that. You can download it onto your phone now. I'm killing it. Well, kill it on your own phone. Download it. I'm in the middle of something. All right, you want me to put it on your phone? Give me your phone. Do what you gotta do for your own. I don't want to get aggressive with you.
There's a faster way to get hard than Viagra. It's called Rose Sparks. Rose Sparks is a dual-action treatment that works in only 15 minutes, compared to Viagra, which can take up to 1 hour to work. Sparks also stays in your system for up to 36 hours, so you and your girl can be together whenever the mood strikes. So how does it work? Sparks combine ingredients in the leading ED treatments, sildenafil and tadalafil, so you can get harder faster and stay harder longer. Come on, guys, see if Rose Sparks are right for you.
East and Ukraine.
And then finally, I have to share this with you. You had Donald Trump's Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, fumbling this morning as he was asked a very basic question. The question was, who pays the tariffs? Is it the importer who literally pays the tariff? Yes. And they pass it on to the consumer? Or is it the foreign countries, as Donald Trump pretends? If we can't even agree and understand what a tariff is, then you really can't have a basic conversation that is factually rooted, because a tariff is a tax on the importer that is passed to consumers. And stop pretending that inflation has been eliminated. It is not. Go into a grocery store. We know things are more expensive. But here's gaslighting Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. Let's play this clip.
There has been some confusion. So we've got a tariff of, what, 50% on Brazil now, I think. And so if someone here, an importer, wants to buy Brazilian products today or tomorrow and import them, they're going to pay 50% to the Treasury. And so who writes that check?
Well, a couple of things. First, we could have substitutions, so there's very little that only comes from Brazil. It could come from Argentina, it could come from...
Right, but assuming it does come from Brazil, say, or it comes from any country with a tariff, who writes the check to the Treasury?
Well, the check is written to the person who receives it at the dock in the U.S.
Mm-hmm. The check is written by the person who receives it at the dock. So the tariff is paid in this country by the importer, is that right?
But the Brazilian exporter could decide that they want to keep market share. They could lower their price so that the full 50% of the tariff, say, and
they can eat part of the cost.
Which is what we've seen.
Okay, but the check is written by the importer, right, at the dock.
Yeah, and then, the importer can pass it on or not.
Well, there you have it, folks. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million subscribers. Keep checking in every 90 minutes for new videos here on the Midas Touch Network. The truth is more important than ever. Check out our new Truth Over Lies collection at store.midastouch.com. All 100% USA Union made.
This weekend marked the passage of the legislative coup that was Trump's big tax and spending bill. Now, I'm going to let you know, there were some cuts.
The Medicaid cuts alone could total roughly $930 billion, with at least 11.8 million people at risk of losing their health coverage.
It also cuts another $285 billion in food assistance, an end to clean energy credits from the Biden era.
New caps on the amount that students can borrow in federal loans.
3 million poor people and kids will lose school lunch help.
I think that last one is supposed to read, 3 million poor people and kids will lose school lunch. Help! Just an intonation. It's a lot of painful cuts on a lot of vulnerable populations. But to be fair, at least America will finally make a dent on the deficit.
This mega bill will increase the deficit by $3.4 trillion.
What the f***? Holy shit! You what? You somehow managed to severely cut the safety net and expand the deficit. That's impressive. That's one of those, hey man, how did you gain all that weight? Ozempic. That's something it's hard to do. I'm on Ozempic, and now I'm really fat. So even though some of our nation's most vulnerable are taking a pay cut, fear not. Other people are getting a raise.
There's $157 billion in new spending for the military and another $150 billion for immigration and border enforcement.
$150 billion for immigration and border enforcement? Are you telling me all this crazy shit that has been happening is broke ICE? Is that what you're saying? What is ICE gonna do when they have real money? Oh, that's
That's nice. They're gonna do the Kanye diamond masks. Classy. But America's military and paramilitary weren't the only winners in this bill.
Changes to the tax code could benefit corporate America and manufacturers.
The bill features roughly $4 trillion in tax cuts, mostly for the wealthiest Americans.
The estate tax becomes permanent and more generous.
The holy grail of this tax plan, the best part of it for businesses, is bonus depreciation. Now, all private jet makers have been salivating over this possibility.
I'm not sure that liquid is saliva. But okay, the winners continue to be the winners. Either way, this bill was a big victory for MAGA. And Republicans were turned up. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. I'm sorry. That was the party they had for the Epstein list not being released. I'm kidding. That's not what that was. There was no list. There never was a list.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review.
Is it really? The list is on my desk, but then I looked at the list and said, no list. Now, there's a lot of ways that we can walk through this tax and spending bill and how this bill encapsulates a ton of general Washington bullshittery. For instance, political hypocrisy. This bill was 970 pages. They jammed it through with barely any time to read it. How did Republicans feel about that when Democrats did it?
This thing is moving too fast.
People aren't even going to be able to read this bill. They hope that nobody's going to take the time to read the bill overnight between right now and 8 o'clock in the morning when we're supposed to vote on it.
The determination of the White House and the Democratic majority to shove this down the throat of the American people.
When it happens to them, it's shoving it down their throat. It's an outrage. But when it's for Republicans, just come on, America. Relax the glottis, breathe through your nose. It'll all be over soon. And then we'll get brunch. Is it the glottis? I don't know. It was the funniest throat organ I could think of. Another way we can talk about this bill is Democratic fecklessness. They were utterly powerless to stop this turn of a bill, which makes them look terrible. The only thing that could make Democrats look even worse was bragging about the nothing they could do. Schumer tweeted this, news. I just got the name struck off this bill with a move on the Senate floor. Oh shit, no you didn't. Seriously, tell me you didn't just brag about changing nothing about the bill but its name.
This is not a big, beautiful bill at all. That is why I moved on the floor to strike the title. It is now called The Act.
Are you trying to suck? Is that what this is? That's your move. We worked hard and took out the dumb name of the bill and named the bill after a prestige drama on Hulu. But at least Democrats still have Hakeem Jeffries over in the House. He's a younger leader. And he decided not to answer with words, but with imagery.
Hakeem Jeffries on Instagram. He's got a baseball bat and he says House Democrats will keep the pressure on Trump's one big ugly bill.
Hakeem Jeffries answered with imagery that sends a clear message to Republicans that Hakeem Jeffries and the Democrats are waiting for their moms to pick them up from T-ball. They may... The Democrats may not have made the team, but they're ready to step in if a body is needed. Does anybody understand that intimidating, menacing photos are generally taken from below to make the subject appear larger, not from above to make the subject appear, I don't know, 8 years old? The photo has to be intimidating. Make sure you get the upholstery in my leather love seat. They gotta know I have furniture. Or we can talk about the media's narrative dramatizing the fragility of Trump's ruling coalition and what that fragility could mean.
President Trump's agenda is in trouble.
Big trouble for Trump's beautiful bill. President Trump's signature legislation on a knife's edge
Hangs in the balance, hitting a major roadblock.
The margins are so tight here that anything could throw it into jeopardy.
It will be a nail-biter, there's no question about that.
The dramatic moment of Vice President Vance breaking a tie vote.
Oh, it surprisingly got through. Like every other f***ing thing Trump has wanted. From Qatari jet bribes to Epstein file secrecy to extorted media conglomerate protection money. I can't believe ABC paid that. That's so up. I'll let myself out. Sorry, I wouldn't want the ABC. But every time a new Trump's never getting that comes up, the media is blown away when he actually does get it, without ever acknowledging that the no votes from Republicans are scripted to allow certain senators plausible deniability without putting any part of that agenda actually at risk. It reminds me of the way every professional wrestling match gets the announcer slack-jawed with shock at the stunning turn of events.
If Jon Stewart showed up here tonight, I would force him to retire immediately because it is quite difficult to do a phony news show with your jaw wired shut.
No way.
Yes, Jon Stewart, lead this show. Look at old Tubbs. What a surprise! I can't believe he showed up there like we rehearsed. It should have been clear that this bill, like everything else, was going to pass on the day they said it was going to pass. That the no's for the bill were for show, like Senator Josh Hawley's deep concerns.
So you do a lot of sedation dentistry.
Correct. You know, the advice for patients is not to let your fear interfere with you being seen by the dentist.
Okay.
We can do a number of things to calm those fears. One of those is sedation. Years ago, that was done with an IV. Of course, that scares people enough too. Today, we can do that in a simple pill form where patients can actually come in. We can give them a pill about an hour before seeing us, and they rest comfortably. There's an amnesia effect, so they don't remember anything about coming in to see us. The whole procedure is done. But people who've had bad experiences in the past are nervous, understandably, but we're there to help and comfort them. The medications, the pharmacology works very well to do that. And we end up having patients who may have had a fear now to come in and they enjoy seeing us.
There is no way he's gonna make this deal go.
See you later.
Introducing Yahoo Fantasy Guillotine Leagues, presented by Liquid Death. For the lowest scoring team, each week loses their heads. And what are you waiting for? Create your team and start chopping heads off.
Oh, God.
This is real Medicaid benefit cuts. I can't support that. No Republican should support that. We're the party of the working class, Mono. We need to act like it.
You need to act like it. Did you act like it, Josh? Did you?
Hawley ended up voting for the bill. He put in a statement, quote, "I will continue to do everything in my power to reverse future cuts to Medicaid."
Oh, yes, future cuts. Everything in my power for future cuts, except voting no in the present. Or how about Senator Ron Johnson? You've got deficit concerns for the children.
I'm concerned about my children, my grandchildren, and the fact that we are stealing from them. We are stealing from our children and grandchildren. $37 trillion in debt, and we're going to add to it as Republicans? That is unacceptable.
You'll never guess who accepted it.
Senator Ron Johnson flipped from a no to a yes.
Sorry, children and grandchildren. Maybe next future. Any other Republican who initially said, "This is terrible, I'm not voting for this," and had an even dumber reason for flipping a yes? Tim Burchett from Tennessee.
The president was wonderful, as always, informative, funny. Told me he liked seeing me on TV. He's kind of cool. Yeah, he's not much stuff. It's cool.
Were they cool? He signed a bunch of stuff for you. It was cool. Was that your class's first trip to Washington? He gave us M&M's. I'll vote whatever he wants me to vote for. He signed my tits. Whatever you want. I'll do it. By the way, nothing makes me distrust Donald Trump more than saying that guy is good on TV. It's all pro wrestling. The only difference between that vote and wrestling is that wrestling is fun and takes actual courage. And they didn't even get concessions to flip their vote. Only one senator apparently got meaningful concessions, and that's Lisa Murkowski of Alaska. And those concessions really wouldn't work anywhere else but Alaska.
Senator Paul said that that your vote was a bailout for Alaska at the expense of the rest of the country. Oh my God. That's what Senator Paul said.
Senator, we've got the...
I didn't say it, ma'am. I'm just asking for your response.
That's my favorite clip ever. She stares him down, and the reporter goes, "I didn't say anything. I don't know. I don't even like this. I wanted to work in the control room, but I'm handsome. So they put me out here because they didn't want this moneymaker to go to waste. But excluding all the fake narrative shenanigans and hypocrisies and fecklessness is the central truth of this bill. Once again, it's the bullshit gospel of austerity. The gospel they preach anytime the country's finances are in shambles and out of control. Our problem isn't excess at the top, it's the sloth at the bottom.
We don't pay people in this country to be lazy.
If somebody's able-bodied and they can go get a job and they're living in their mom's basement playing video games, I'm sorry, you gotta go get a job. Get off the couch, stop eating the Cheetos, stop buying the medical marijuana and watching television.
First of all, nobody talks about my audience like that. Nobody. Yeah! You hear those fucking Cheetos, man? Second of all, it is such a fucking lazy and wrong trope I don't know if you've noticed, but those people smoking dope, sitting around playing video games, they're all fucking Twitch millionaires now. And it's this lazy bullshit narrative that our finances are screwed because of how comfortable we have made it for the poor. A mindset perhaps perfectly encapsulated by this human editorial cartoon, Congressman Troy Nels.
Can I ask you about the CBO score and the idea that 11 million, 12 million Americans might lose health insurance?
Confidence in the CBO. They're scoring. They're wrong half the damn time. I don't give any. Nah.
A congressman who just voted to force people off of Medicaid and food assistance. Just smoking a fatty with both hands bandaged. From what I can only assume is a friction burn from too much celebratory masturbation. There's no other way around it. Oh. Medicaid and food stamps. I got blisters on my fingers. The problem in our country isn't the sliver of able-bodied people that are somehow coasting on the unearned medical coverage they may or may not use, but the millions and millions of people in this country who work fucking full-time jobs and still need food and medical assistance. That's the system that's broken. Fix that system. What are we talking about? And yet, we're always gaslit into the framework of the deserving poor. And I gotta tell you, the deserving poor, they have very much disappointed the deserving rich.
OpenAI founder Sam Altman said he was politically homeless in the July 4th message he posted to X.
Excuse me, not to be that guy. I believe the term is politically unhoused. But go on. How have the Democrats let you down?
I'd rather hear from candidates about how they are going to make everyone have the stuff billionaires have instead of how they are going to eliminate millionaires.
That's the pitch. Everyone should be. Wouldn't we all just run out of foam? Wouldn't that? I wasn't invited.
You ain't gonna get no cold-blooded one for
But
free.
that's the pitch. Somehow it is fiscally irresponsible to build a stronger floor for everyone to stand on if it may in any way lower the already astronomical ceiling height experienced by the rare few. This bill is the most f***ed up performance review our country could ever deliver. It's the government sitting us all down and telling us where we've been irresponsible with the spending.
Yeah.
We start with the wealthy. Thank you for coming in. I know it's hard when you only work one day a week, but thank you for making the time. It's been a tough year, but as always, Wealthy, you're killing it.
Thanks.
In the words of a place you probably never eat at, we're loving it. And so once again, for the, I'm going to say 80th year in a row, you're getting a raise. Now, if you excuse me, I have a busy day, another review to deliver. You freeloading motherfuckers. It has come to my attention that some of you are having breakfast and lunch. Maybe you haven't heard our deficit control.
What's up?
We need that lunch money for more.
I ain't doing nothing but chilling. Trying to get my live back piped up.
What if I gave you a tax deduction?
I've been on TikTok Live, but they don't block me on TikTok Live, so I'm back on YouTube Live.
If time permits, perhaps we could take it to that non-existent island I heard so much about. Excuse me! Who ate the porridge that was here? Who ate the porridge? You, boy! What day is it, boy? Christmas Day? Texas doubloon?
They ain't gonna never give me a break. They always shadow ban me. They always shadow ban me. It is what it is, though. I don't even know what I be doing at this point. That's why y'all don't be seeing my notifications pop up.
But
But it is what it is, though. You know how people want to hate
Netflix and
on.
Apple pray you never find out about this. This tiny.
All right. First of all, I think you know who I am. I'm Janine Ferris-Piro. I am now United States Attorney for the District of Columbia. And on May 22nd, I stood at this very podium to announce the initial charging of Elias Rodriguez, 31 years old, of Chicago, Illinois, to a community that was reeling because of one person's actions. Today, we in the United States Attorney's Office continue our journey to seek justice for not only 2, but 4 victims of this horrific crime, which has had enormous consequences and repercussions, not just in the district, but nationwide and worldwide. Not only affecting these victims and their families, but opening old wounds and re-victimizing victims of past anti-Semitism. Now, a few facts. On May 20 of 2025, Elias Rodriguez traveled from Chicago, Illinois, to Washington, D.C., and brought with him a 9mm semi-automatic weapon. While on the plane, he traveled across multiple state lines and drafted a manifesto called an explication.
Footage just dropped, and it shows Black Sam and Snoop Dogg in serious tension. But this isn't the only confrontation Black Sam's been involved in. He also had a moment with Rockstar 2800. So what has Black Sam this fired up? It all ties back to Nipsey's death. Let's get into it. The shocking confrontation. The wild situation between Black Sam and Snoop Dogg caught everyone off guard. But before we break that down, let's start with what really kicked things off. The incident at Marathon Burger. Alright, so peep this. On April 17, 2025, this footage started making rounds showing Black Sam at the grand opening of Marathon Burger, a business venture continuing Nipsey's entrepreneurial legacy. In the clip, Sam is seen confronting Weston Crip Rockstar 2800. The energy was intense, and Sam was not playing games. According to sources who were at the event, Black Sam made it crystal clear that anyone who wasn't taking action against those disrespecting Nipsey's name and legacy needed to bounce. Period. This wasn't just some random outburst either. Word on the street is that Black Sam was essentially going off on Rockstar 2800, who's been linked to music executive Wack 100. It's not news that there's beef between Wack 100 and Black Sam since Nipsey's death, and Wack has been talking smack about Nipsey ever since. The footage shows Sam looking mad serious, standing on business for his brother's legacy. Now here's where things get spicy. There's deeper reasons why Sam was so heated, and it all connects back to Snoop Dogg through this whole complicated web of loyalty, respect, and street politics. Aside from Wack 100 talking smack about Nipsey, Black Sam also appears to have beef with the former due to his affiliation with Snoop Dogg, and this has to do with something most casual fans might not know about. It all started from a situation involving Big U, also known as Eugene Henley. For those who ain't hip, Big U is a major figure in LA's gang culture and music scene, with connections to both Nipsey and Snoop. According to multiple sources, Big U and his associates allegedly had a confrontation with Nipsey over a track back in the day. This created some tension that never fully got resolved before Nipsey's passing. And apparently, Snoop's continued association with Big U after Nipsey's death is what's got Black Sam feeling a certain type of way. In the streets of LA, loyalty is everything. And from Sam's perspective, anyone still rolling with people who allegedly disrespected his brother can't be trusted. Clearly, Black Sam seems to feel that Snoop's ongoing relationship with Big U
President, Laura was able to snag that last washer because she used my pay to access her pay early.
Look like regular glasses, but what they do is on another level. Nobody believed me at first, but now everybody wants one. My friends.
Conversation that I think is a fascinating one, the conversation of reparations, because there can be no doubt that something horrible happened to the Black community and they're still suffering from it, especially in the Deep South when you look at these places where the people who lived are the direct descendants of slaves.
Yeah.
And then these are the same impoverished neighborhoods that no one's ever done anything to try to fix.
Right.
So how do you fix it?
You first have to start with the subconscious mind of the Black mind. And the problem with the Black mind is the fact that the Black mind starts off with a defeatist mentality. From the day you're born, you're taught the white man's out to get you. So you start off with a boogeyman, and then you're taught that you're a slave, right? So when your subconscious mind believes that the beginnings of your race is a slave, how do you aspire to be more than that? So in order to correct the Black community, you have to teach Black history, or so-called Black history, or what I would say African history, in chronological order. Before we were slaves, we were kings. So how do you have a whole entire nation of 40 some odd million Black people, and majority of whom never heard of Queen Angola, who never heard of the Songhai Empire, the Mali Empire, you know, none of this stuff, right? King Mansa Musa. How do you raise the people's level of awareness about this stuff, and how do you elevate them to?
Finally, I think people are starting to say the thing that we've been saying for quite a while, and it's good. It's good that this is getting out there. It's good that that people are speaking up now, because for the longest time I was pulling my hair out and I was going, am I the one that's taking the crazy pills? Like, I don't understand. How do other people not see this yet for what it is? So Maddow did a monologue here, and she just lays it out, man. This is like a chilling warning that she's delivering for everybody about the current moment that we're in. Let's watch.
You can narrow or widen the aperture as much as you want. You can look at the very big picture or the small local picture anywhere in the country. And we try to do as much of both of those things as we can every week here on this show. But whether you're looking at small-scale local stories or the biggest picture stories about what's happening in our country, the story is the same, and it is now an undeniable thing. We have crossed a line. We are in a place we did not want to be, but we are there. The thing we were all warning about for the last few years is not coming, it is here. We are in it. This is what it likes, it turns out. This is what it's like, right? I mean, it's August, it's a Monday, every day the sun rises and the sun sets, and there are, you know, sports and movies, and there are new hit songs, there are scandals here and there are crimes. There's everybody's personal quotient of family drama and health worries and money worries and falling in and out of love and in and out of faith. Life has not stopped, and none of our personal lives have stopped. But also, at the same time, life in the United States is profoundly changing, is profoundly different than it was even 6 months ago. Because we do now live in a country that has an authoritarian leader in charge. We have a consolidating dictatorship in our country. And it sounds melodramatic to say it, I know. But just go with that for a minute, right? Think in melodramatic terms. Think in cinematic terms. Imagine the cartoon-level caricature of what you think a dictatorship looks like. I mean, it's secret police, right?
Oh, shit. Marianne just hit me asking.
Do what?
I ain't got no gas in the car. I'm about to. Nah, Marianne just hit me about picking her up. I can pick her up, but she had to send me some gas.
Oh shit, there it goes.
Who's that?
That car over there, next upstairs.
We're going to do whatever we can to bring in Marty to Western New York.
Resilient, tough, that is Buffalo to a core, baby.
Why you should
All the
never
money
wrap
that
your
mama
credit card
gave me
in
had to go
tinfoil.
to
I've
insurance.
worked at a big corporation bank for 12 years. Yesterday, I watched another
Alright, I have a sickening story to report for you all. And this new video that we just acquired made me angry this morning. So I'm going to channel all of that anger into this video and explain cleanly and concisely why the current people in power hate America. They don't care about America. They are the antithesis of America. So let's start here. We have a new video showing a current DOJ official screaming, urging January 6 rioters to kill cops. Now, this video was, of course, taken 5 years ago, before Biden took office, when Donald Trump was trying to thwart the peaceful transfer of power in any way possible. All of the people that showed up on that day were doing it to stop the peaceful transfer of power, and some people were extra, openly, brazenly fascistic, like the DOJ official that I'm about to show you. When I skip about halfway through this video, you see the guy to the left, on screen, who is currently working at the Department of Justice, which is being openly politicized, which is being used to target political opponents. He's standing there screaming, yeah, F them, yeah, kill them, yeah. He is urging people to kill the Capitol officers who are just simply doing their job, protecting the Capitol, upholding the Constitution on a sacred day where the peaceful transfer of power has always happened peacefully. It's in the name, except for this time, except when these fascists showed up and decided to scream and yell. And you know what the scary thing is? I can guarantee, I
Hello?
bet money, if this mob would have gotten
Yeah, you know your time.
somebody
You
like
know
Mike
your
Pence
time card,
or
because I
Nancy
ain't got no.
Pelosi
I'm
or
gonna need some
AOC
gas to
or
get to
God
you. I'm talking.
forbid,
I'm on.
anybody,
It's in my,
they would have killed them. Groupthink or mob mentality is a very, very powerful thing, and it leads to some insane stuff. Like, they would not have stopped. I'm surprised more Capitol officers weren't grabbed and beaten, but we've already seen numerous videos of, you know, Brian Sicknick died shortly after. There's a video of the cop's face being repeatedly smacked.
So has a track record of having made many great products, and we're going to make many more future great products. And we're going to scale production, and I think we've demonstrated a level of innovation that is extremely rare. I mean, certainly by far the most innovative company in the car industry.
From the early days of leading Tesla, Elon Musk has made it clear that Tesla would never be just another EV company.
I said, go ahead and make it available so I can be able to call you because I ain't gonna be by Wi-Fi.
Elon Musk set out to
Okay.
Alright.
Tesla has rolled out a series of bold
All right, thank you.
You welcome.
the Cybertruck, Tesla Optimus robot,
Huh?
Cybercab robotaxi, Cybervan, and now the Tesla